There is a fake myth that has been debunked over and over and over again. Studies have been done to disprove this myth, but for some reason, it keeps coming up from time to time. Disinformation is very dangerous. Misleading information can be as dangerous as a disease because of its ability to spread. I'm going to address the fake myth concerning vaccines and autism. A certain Brit named Andrew Wakefield conducted some studies in the 90s which wrongly linked the measles, mumps, rubella, that's the MMR vaccine, to autism. Autism is a developmental disability caused by differences in the brain, which may cause problems with social communication, interaction, and repetitive behaviors. Wakefield and his colleagues conducted a case series involving 12 children and attempted to find a link between measles and autism. This is a very small number of participants to make any form of association, and so the chance of error was astronomical. Secondly, there was no control group to compare findings with. This poorly designed study became popular and immediately caused a drop in MMR vaccination rates. 10 of the original co-authors retracted the interpretation of the original data, saying no causal link was established between MMR vaccine and autism as the data were insufficient. There was also conflict of interest. It was discovered that Wakefield and the co-authors had failed to disclose financial interests. Wakefield had been funded by lawyers who had been engaged by parents in lawsuits against vaccine-producing companies. The patients were recruited by anti-vaccine organizations, and the study was set up for litigations. Wakefield and co-authors were held guilty of ethical violations. They had conducted unnecessary, invasive investigations on the children without obtaining the necessary ethical clearance. Studies are conducted with the appropriate approval from the ethics committees to ensure that they are not harmful in any way to the participants, and also to increase the legitimacy of the research findings. To top up the fraudulence, Wakefield and co were guilty of deliberate fraud. They manipulated facts. They picked and chose data that suited their case. Data was falsified. 5 of the children had developmental delays before the study started, and this information was withheld. The study was eventually retracted, and Wakefield was barred from practicing medicine in the United Kingdom. Unfortunately, the damage had already been done, and the fraudulent acts led to lower vaccination rates and increase in measles outbreaks. This was characterized by some as the most damaging medical hoax of the 20th century. His actions were a shame to the world. It is one of the greatest frauds in medical history. Many studies have been conducted which showed no association between autism and measles vaccine. To name a few, a study from the Lancet showed no epidemiological evidence for a causal association between autism and MMR vaccine. Then a systematic review, including 138 studies and 23,480,668 participants, was conducted. 87 studies, including 13,232,509 children, assessed the association between the vaccines and a variety of harms. There was no evidence of an association between MMR vaccination and autistic spectrum disorders. There are many more studies, and all of them showed no association between autism and MMR vaccine. I usually leave links for further reading in my descriptions, but I also added studies which help debunk the Wakefield's fraudulent research. You can find them in the descriptions too. But the damage had been done. Lives lost because of reduced vaccination rates and outbreaks of diseases. But what is measles? Measles is a highly contagious infectious disease caused by a virus in the paromyxovirus family. It is characterized by high-grade fever, runny nose, cough, watery eyes, and a rash. Measles has devastating complications that can lead to blindness, encephalitis, severe diarrhea and related dehydration, air infections, or severe respiratory infections such as pneumonia. More than 140,000 people died from measles in 2018. Measles is normally transmitted through direct contact and through the air. It is spread by coughing and sneezing, close personal contact, or direct contact with infected nasal or throat secretions. The virus infects the respiratory tract, then spreads throughout the body. Unvaccinated young children are at highest risk of measles, as well as unvaccinated pregnant women. Any unvaccinated person, however, can become infected. There is no specific antiviral treatment for measles. but symptoms and complications are reduced with supportive care, such as ensuring good nutrition, adequate fluid intake, treatment of dehydration, antibiotics where there are superimposed eye and ear infections, and pneumonia. Vitamin A supplements have also been shown to reduce the number of measles deaths. Measles is preventable. The measles vaccine is often combined with rubella and mumps vaccines with the name MMR. Measles vaccination is usually part of routine vaccination programs for children in many countries. Children get 2 doses of MMR vaccine. Full coverage with 2 doses provides 97% effectiveness at preventing measles, while 1 dose is about 93% effective. Despite measles being common in many developing countries, there have been a series of new cases in developed countries. The United Kingdom, for example, eliminated measles in 2017 but lost the elimination status in 2018 due to outbreaks across the country. The United States has had its fair share of measles outbreaks in recent times, even though measles was declared eliminated in January 2000. A review from the Journal of American Medical Association identified 18 published measles studies which described 1,416 measles cases, and 56.8% were unvaccinated for measles in the United States. 574 cases were unvaccinated despite being eligible, and 405 of these did not have any medical reasons or exemptions for refusal of vaccines. In fact, the CDC reported 1,274 individual cases of confirmed measles from January 1st to December 31st in 2019. This is the greatest number of cases reported in the United States since 1992. And of course, the majority of cases were among those who were not vaccinated against measles. Vaccine hesitancy has become a new threat to global health. Vaccine hesitancy is defined by World Health Organization as the delay in acceptance or refusal of safe vaccines despite availability of vaccination services. It's basic logic that there are outbreaks of vaccine-preventable diseases in communities where people refuse vaccines despite the availability of vaccines. What has fueled vaccine hesitancy in recent times is disinformation in the media. You can't jump on just any bandwagon of conspiracy theories and accept them as law. That is extremely dangerous to your health and to the lives of your families and loved ones. There is so much access to information nowadays, and I know finding out information these days seems easier due to Google and other search engines and all, but it's actually more difficult because due to search engine optimization and all, the most highly ranked searches might not be the most relevant, or in this context, might not be the most evidence-based searches, so please tread with caution. Another reason for vaccine hesitancy might be the insufficient information about vaccines, how they work, and their success stories online. That is why I want to encourage professionals in medicine, public health, biotechnology, pharmaceuticals, vaccinology, and other related fields to provide such information online and not just in peer-reviewed journals. This is one of the reasons why I created Vaccine Doc. Measles is now an imminent global threat. The World Health Organization reported a record high of nearly 40 million children who missed a measles vaccine dose in 2021 due to hurdles created by the COVID-19 pandemic. There already has been a surge in measles cases, and if care is not taken, there's going to be an explosion of cases. Protect yourself and your kids. Adults can get measles too, so if you haven't been fully vaccinated, please update your vaccination status. Get your vaccine. If you want to learn more on vaccines and understand why you need them, please subscribe to my channel, Med with Cred, and turn on your notifications to alert you for the next video. Please like and share this video and leave comments and ask questions. Thanks for watching. I'm Dr. Adedotun Ayodele, aka Dr. Cardio, and this is Vaccine Doc. Goodbye.
So for every doubt you have concerning the remedy of vaccines, I'm here to serve you the legacy. See, I'm the Vaccine Doc, a dedicated show to tell you what the vaccine does. I'll tell you of all the outbreaks that vaccines stop. Vaccines save lives and we can back this up.